Hi guys, in this video tutorial I am going to discuss about some important HTML tags. So our first tag is link tag. In HTML, link tag is used for navigate from one web page to another web page. So in HTML, uh, suppose you need to define a link to navigate to another web page. So at that time we need to use the anchor tag. Okay, anchor tag we also called is a link tag. When you move the mouse over a link, the mouse arrow will turn into a little hand. So whenever on our web browser, whenever you hover into a link, then our mouse will turn into a little hand. So this is the syntax of how we can define any link. So this is the a tag, we call it anchor tag, and inside this a tag, opening a tag, we need to define a attribute, href attribute, and the value of href attribute is the URL. Okay, and this is the text. This text is shown as a link on the web page, and this is the nodes. Href is most important attribute of link tag. Href consists the URL of web page to which you want to navigate. Okay, so href contain the URL of the web page to which you want to navigate. And our second tag is image tag. The HTML img tag is used to show an image in the web page. The image tag is empty. It contains attribute only and does not have a closing tag. Okay, so to embed any image or display any image in web browser, we need to use the img tag. And img tag is a empty tag, means we no need to define the closing tag of this img tag. Okay, it is a self closing tag, and it contain one attribute. This attribute is src attribute. Okay, and inside, and the value of the src attribute is the URL of the image. Okay, then it fetch the image from the URL and display into the web browser. src is required attribute of the img tag. src attributes contain the path of the image which you want to display in your web page. Okay, as I said, src contain the path of the image which you want to display in your web page. Next tag is HTML elements. The HTML element is everything from the starting to the in tag. Okay, so don't confuse about the HTML tag or HTML element. Okay, when I talking about the HTML tag, it means only the tag name. Okay, suppose this one, this is the tag name. And when we're talking about the HTML element, so it include the opening tag name and the content of the tag and the closing tag name. So all these three we can combine these three and we can say it is the HTML element. Okay, and the example of the HTML element is like this is the p tag and opening p tag, and this is the content of the p tag, and this is the closing p tag. Okay, so after combining all these three, we can say it is the p element or HTML element. Our next is HTML attribute. All HTML element can have attribute. Attribute provide additional information about elements. Okay, and third point is attribute are always specified in start tag. Okay, so this is the important point. Whenever you want to define any attribute, always defined in the start tag only, not in the end tag. Attribute usually come in name value pairs like src, and the value of the src attribute is url. Example of attribute: this is the anchor tag, and in the opening a tag we have taken the href attribute. Okay, and the value of the href attribute is url. So this is all about the theory, and let's open our VS Code and do some practical code. Okay, so this is the basic tag. So inside this same HTML file we can continue. So here use one HR for horizontal row and save this file. Okay, our live server is stopped, so we need to again start the live server. So just like right click and open with live server. Okay, so this is the HR tag which we have used for the horizontal line, and our next tag is that a tag. Okay, link tag. So give a comment link tag. So to define any link we need to use anchor tag, a tag in HTML, and inside this a tag we need to pass one attribute href. And the value of the href is the URL to which you want to navigate. Suppose we want to navigate into the google.com. Save this and open our browser. You can see here the content which we mention here, it display as a link in our browser. Okay, this one. So whenever we hover our mouse over the link tag, the cursor will change into a little hand. Okay, like you can see, and whenever we click, okay, I think this is the not the correct URL. Okay, it should work. Yes guys, this time it works. So the issue was like the URL was not correct. I am using the HTTPS also, then it work. Okay, so our second tag is img tag. So to embed any image into our web page we need to use img tag, and it is a self-closing tag, so we no need to define the other closing tag. Okay, and there is one important attribute of the img tag is src. Okay, src defines the URL of your image. So here I am going to use one image which is inside the images folder, and inside this images folder we have koala.jpg. So give the path of this. So save this and open your web browser. Sorry, I think we need to restart our live server again. Okay, so here we can see the image is appearing in our web browser. Okay, so this is the link tag, and after the link tag this is the img tag, but the image is too large. We can reduce the size of this image. So to reduce the size of this image, we need to use some more attributes like width. Suppose 100 means 100 pixel, and height also 120. And there is one more attribute, eld attribute. So suppose the image not found on this URL, then whatever you have written in the eld attribute, it will display in your web browser. Okay, image not found. Okay, so let's save our program and open our web browser. So we can see now the size of the image reduced. And for checking the eld attribute, suppose I'm changing the name of the image. Okay, koala123.jpg, and this image is not available. So let's see. Okay, this image not found. Okay, this text is appearing on the web browser. And okay, now you can see image again display in the web browser. So our next topic is HTML element. Okay, so as I already discussed, what is the HTML element? So HTML element contains the opening tag and the content of the tag, and the closing tag. Okay, so all these three combine, and we can say it is the HTML element. Okay, just save it, and this is p tag, here it is appearing. And next is HTML attribute. So HTML attribute is always defined in the opening tag. Suppose there is one a tag, and inside this a tag href is the attribute. Okay, and this contains the URL. Okay, so this is the example of HTML attribute, and it always defined in the opening tag. So this is the anchor tag, and this is the anchor opening tag, and this is the anchor closing tag. So inside the opening tag I defined the href attribute, and this is the URL, means value of the href attribute. So open it, and this is the link. Okay, whenever we click it, it will open the URL which we have defined in the value of the attribute. So that's all about some HTML tags. I hope you understand. Thanks for watching this video.